Hi everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Nafita, and today I would love to share my story that I went to the therapist for the very first time here in Belgium and how much I pay. And yes, it will be all about, and I would love to share details and so you can maybe think about it, like if you want to go but you're still doubt about it, or you're still not sure about it, you can go if you I hope you can make a decision after watching this video. So I would like to say thank you so much for your support. I appreciate it. And yes, let's jump to the story. So before I jump to the story that how was it yesterday when I went to the therapist for the first time, I want to share a little story, like why I decided to go to the therapist, and how I found out. So for the first time, I read this book. This book, this book is here in Belgium. You can find out in the bol.com. I bought this from Indonesia at the airport in Jakarta. So this book called "The Body Keeps the Score," and it's all about mind, brain, body in the transformation of trauma. And in this book, it's a lot of cases that people having trauma, people had trauma from. It's amazing. I thought that my trauma is bad, but like the worst. Of course, it's bad. It's really bad. That my therapist yesterday said after hear my story, he said that was really bad. So, but in this book, it's a lot of bad story as well. I mean, war story, and it's really, really pity. Like people could experience such a nasty things like that in life. Yeah, but okay. So I read this book and I recognize like this emotion, this feeling, these symptoms. I have it as well, and I and the favorite part here in this book is it's called how to find myself, and that is my favorite part. And of course, you can find like how you can heal your body and your mind or your brain, something like that. And they have like a lot of treatment that therapists are using in their practice. So yeah, it's very interesting. So I recommend you can go and read this book. So here is the story. Yesterday, I went to the therapist. When standing in the front door, I about to ring the doorbell, I was thinking, what am I doing? Am I crazy? Like what people will think? Like, but I did. I make an appointment, so I went in, and he was great, was great therapist. It was very first time, so he asked me, "Is this is your first time?" And I said yes, and we go straight away in the living. That was like just a chair, so you sitting opposite to each other. So I will start to saying like I don't know how to start, but I would love to start with to introduce myself a little bit. So as you know that I'm from Indonesia and I moved here in Belgium, and to start a story that I find sometimes difficult to adapt here in Belgium, to learn the new language, make new friends. I have no family here in Belgium, and all like that things inside. And it was okay when I talk about that. And then I will start talking about how was the past, because I recognize my trauma, I recognize what I have, I recognize, and that's the reason that I want to come to him, to the therapist, and I want to find the solution, because I read about the therapy that could work about that, and it's really amazing in the very successful story about the healing trauma. And I would love to have that, because I have like really bad anger, and I have difficult, and sometimes I have like difficult moment, and I'm just like in freezing. So first of all, I recommend that you have to recognize yourself and recognize what you have, like so you can unpack everything. And when I start talking about what had happened to me in the when I was child, and all the bad things, all the scenario that's playing in my head, I I told him everything. And when I when I just want to about to start the story, I was crying and I was shaking. It's really hard. And I read about that if you when you talk about something and you cry, it means that you still have the pain, you know. So it was hard. It was hard. I need a half minute or like a minute to calm myself down a little bit. So the therapist was just, he was just listen and saying like, it's okay, something like that. So first of all, I was a little bit like, oh my God, I know I don't want to cry, like inside me. I don't want to cry. It's a shame. It's a shame because I used to say to myself, no, I have to be strong. I'm a strong person. I have that in myself, and you know, but it's not helping. It's if you have the trauma, all the feelings, everything that emotion that I have, all the um, all that happened, I didn't talk to anyone until I am now. Can you imagine? And everything is like inside me. It's really like the anger. Of course, I was all the anger because it's happened, and of course, it was not my fault. Of course, there's a lot of things happen inside. And I didn't want to share about. I didn't talk to anyone, and it was really bad. So you know, I I was then talk everything, and yeah, and he was the therapist was he asked a question like how was my childhood, like how can I um describe how was it, and how was my relationship, me and my parents, me and my brothers, me and that my family now here in Belgium, my parents-in-law, friends, and and how it's my mom's and dad, because everything he wants to know how was it, so yeah, it's pretty much about that, and I'll talk about that. So it was like I unpack everything that I have inside me for so long, like almost 30 years, so he listened to me almost about 45 minutes or 50 minutes. And yeah, it was fulfilling. It's the feeling that someone is listen to you without saying, hey, no, it's okay, just so you can, and as well, um I mean, me myself, I have difficult to talk about uh, about what happened to me, like I have difficult to trust people. It's difficult to. I cannot sell my story easily to people, and so it took someone special to to that I can share my story. So here is the things I want to say as well. You, if you in married, you have to talk to your partner. You have to share with your partner first, because find that your partner or your husband is the first someone. In my case, I trust my husband 100%. So I talk to him before I talk to some two therapists. So he's the second person. So I talk to my husband, and then I go to the therapist. So here is after how was I feel. I was feeling a little bit like tiring after I talk, a little bit tiring, but in feeling inside, it's like, like 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 you feel like a little bit like light. How can I describe? Like in you just release all the weight that you have. So And then after that, we make a new appointment because the next step, I will be working with him with the treatment. I don't know if you can hear about it, hear about the EMDR treatment, so the eye movement treatment, and the other ones, So I will be talking about in the next video because my appointment is coming at the end of this month, in the end of August. And how much I pay? I pay 60 euros, 60 euros, and it's- I think in Antwerp, in the central, in Antwerp, it's quite a good price. Of course, some some therapists they charge more than that, so it's like 60 is okay for me, I think. And yeah, so I found out like this is the investment for me. So I yeah, it was difficult, but I think I give myself a special gift and special thing that I can do this. I mean, and I'm proud of myself after that. So yes, if you have some kind of story, if or do you feel like sometimes difficult, you find like sometimes is you know overwhelming about just in the daily basis, you have no energy to, or have you, or do you have some traumas from childhood, it's very important to talk about it. So I recommend that you can go see a therapist. And if you're interested to know which one that I go, you can always text me below, and I will of course send it. And he is in Antwerp, and yeah, he's very nice. So thank you so much for watching this video. I hope I can make a new video and for the next process. So thank you so much and have a nice day. Bye bye.